dos grandes obstáculos, nascem a força e a vontade de os superar. Uma força maior que a soma das partes, que desafia a criatividade, a disponibilidade e a solidariedade. Os portugueses, quando chamados a lutar por si e pelos seus, nunca desapontaram. E perante um novo inimigo comum, as soluções urgem e os esforços unem-se. É assim que nasce o movimento Tech for Covid-19. Conscientes de que os profissionais de saúde se encontram na linha da frente, pretendemos, através das mais variadas competências envolvidas neste movimento, apoiar e agilizar o combate a esta pandemia. Em menos de 48 horas, uma conversa informal entre fundadores de startups tecnológicas portuguesas transformou-se numa equipa de mais de 600 pessoas, de 120 empresas diferentes das mais variadas áreas de atividade, com um objetivo comum: unir o talento português no desenvolvimento de soluções tecnológicas que ajudem a população a ultrapassar o desafio do Covid-19. Não somos mais B2B ou B2C. Somos H to H, human to human.
Hello everyone, this is Fernando from Wagon. You just watched a video about Tech for COVID, which is a really cool movement. So the whole tech community got together to help society to fight coronavirus. Have a look on the website if you want to know how to get involved. It's techforcovid.org. So thanks very much for joining us. Tonight's subject will be about tech careers. So just a little bit about what's Wagon. So we are a coding school. We are the top ranked bootcamp in the whole world. So we have graduated over than 7,000 students in 40 campus who have built over than 1,400 apps. 300 startups were launched that have raised over than 70 million euros. A lot of companies trust us, so we have alumni Amazon, Apple, Google, Uber, and so on. I'd love to start this workshop with the chart. So this is unicorns through time. So on the further left, in March 2009, you could see there was only one unicorn. And moving through time, on the further right of the chart, it's really hard even to see the brands because there were so many unicorns and they're becoming really popular. But you should be asking yourself, like, what happened? Why suddenly we start having a lot of unicorns? So what happened was, as technology was evolving, you're having 3G, 4G, machine learning, assistants like Alexa, and new technologies. This allowed business to create a whole new line of products and service. So I got here two examples. So one is Drive Now. It's a startup that's around Lisbon. It's in Portugal. So you can just walk around the city, and if you see one of the cars, you can get the app, unlock the car, and start driving. It's car sharing. And on the right, you have Revolut. So a few years ago, we were used to, if you need to open a bank account, you need to go to an agency. But nowadays, if you just have the app, you can have your own bank account and you can do transactions, transfer money, and things like that in instants. And what's really cool is those ones that founded this business, they understood the customers. And they have disrupted the whole industry. So nowadays, we see Netflix, we watch Netflix, we don't go to blockbusters anymore. You rather prefer staying at Airbnb than book through Hilton. You rather prefer getting a Uber, a Captain, or any other sharing apps than getting a cab. They actually really understood the customers, and they were able to disrupt the whole sector. So traditional industries are suffering a lot actually to understand how they can be alive. So if a business is being profitable nowadays, it doesn't mean that in 2-3 years they can still be profitable, because if one of those startups create a business idea on a technology that's coming, they're gonna grow and scale really fast, and that will put traditional business in a kind of hard situation. And what these very innovative companies and startups are looking for, what kind of employees, what kind of skills they are looking for. Traditional companies are very different than startups. So if you're talking about a big corporation, probably these corporations will have a lot of employees in the department, they will work with a lot of suppliers, and they're going to spend a lot of money to keep this structure. While in startups, the team will be really like small, and using technology, they will be able to produce a lot of value and scale the business and to actually generate a lot of revenue. So the way that they do it, there is a concept that was released at South by Southwest that's called minimum viable team. It's based in 3 pillars. So we have outside people, they're going to be looking at customer relations and things like that. We have the people that will be looking at the product experience itself, so how customers use your product, and you're going to have the builders, which are the ones, the developers that are going to be building the product. I'm going to go a little bit further in detail straight ahead. Just to give an example, when Facebook bought Instagram, they bought Instagram for $1 billion. But at that time, the company only had 13 employees. And not really far from when Facebook bought Instagram, they managed to have 1 billion monthly users, including 500 million daily users a day, being in a really small team. So sometimes even big corporations, they have larger teams that cannot reach this goal. And how do they do it? So first of all, they work in Agile. So Agile is a methodology that startups use to develop products and to deliver service. So instead of having goals for quarters or annual goals, as big corporations do, they develop sprints of 15 days or 1 week. And in these sprints, they're gonna plan, create, build, implement, and measure. And understand that if in that sprint, if they manage to deliver something that's meaningful for clients or meaningful for the company. And then they're gonna move to the forward sprint, and they're gonna be understanding like, okay, the prior sprint, what are the goals, what I've learned, what I've developed, and with them, they're going to move to the second, to the third, and fourth sprint. So in this way, they can be really agile and deliver really fast value for company and customers. And people that work in these sprints, they usually are hackers, hustlers, hypers, and hipsters. And I'm going to go in detail what does it mean to be a hacker, hustler, hipster, or hyper. So what does people do? So let's get an example. So I'm gonna go through a whole process, a whole framework that a startup will do. So let's say that, let's get Wagon as an example. So as we are coding school, let's say that our customers, it's fair to say that they'll be looking on Google, like I wanna learn how to code, right? If they wanna find us. That's actually false. No one wake up thinking, I wanna learn how to code at Wagon. Only 3% of your market is actually ready to buy. But if someone wants to change the career, which is one of the most, what's one of the main reasons why people look for Wagon, they probably will be really frustrated at the job. So they're probably going to search on Google what are the most well-paid jobs. And we have this content. So on the Google search, just people want to get on our marketing funnel. And then when you get to the marketing funnel, and when they read the first content, which is the most well-paid jobs, we're gonna make sure that this person, through retargeting, probably gonna see the second content that we want them to see, either with retargeting, email marketing, and so on, which is like, okay, I can see that the most paid jobs are in technology, I can see that the best companies to work are mostly technology-based companies, so what skills do I need to get these jobs? And then they're gonna see that there's a whole branch of professionals, digital marketeers, data science, and so on, and they're gonna go like, okay, how can I learn it? And is Wagon a nice school? I never heard about it. So we're gonna make sure that they see all its content, then we can engage and educate people to make sure that they're gonna be a good lead. So I'm gonna set up my CRM to say, to choose which ones are the best leads. So my CRM, which is Customer Relation Management, I'm gonna tell, look, this person just reached a score of 7 out of 10, let's say. Which means that they have read some of the content that I want them to read, like emails, web pages, downloaded ebooks, and this person is ready to be converted as a client. So people that work doing that, they are actually well known as well as hypers. And they pretty much work with digital marketing. So you're gonna have the social media guys that are gonna be worried about Facebook management, Instagram management, Twitter management, and LinkedIn management. We're gonna be partnershiping with the content marketing people. They're gonna think, okay, for this specific persona, what are the contents that they will be looking for on Google? And then you're gonna have the performance marketing people. They're gonna be the ones that say like, look, this content is converting actually more than this other content. So you should be producing more content in this way, or probably this medium, like this channel is actually giving us more customers than this other channel. So this person is gonna be working on the performance and conversion. And then you have the growth hacker, which is the person that's gonna create a whole strategy thinking about social media content market performance. He is a little bit of product person, sales person, and actually marketing person. So when marketing done his work to generate leads, this lead is gonna go to the sales team. So sales team in tech, they work in a slightly different way as they do in traditional companies, because they do one thing that's called POC, which is proof of concept. So as I have a tech product, it doesn't cost me anything to allow someone to use my product for free, like trial, or to do freemium sessions. So salespeople are going to start to understand like some of the sales are shorter period, like usually when it's a service, but some of the sales are really, really long period. When you're talking about B2B sales, for instance, the sales process can take really long time because it involves like a large amount of time, and the sales representative can actually track which page the customer are seeing when they open their mail, when they don't open their mail, which content they have read, which content they haven't read. And then when the salesperson managed to actually convert this client, they're gonna go to the customer success team, which is gonna make sure that the client's always happy, and you're gonna be measuring the use of the platform. So if the client doesn't use the platform, they're gonna get like a notification because this client's really likely to churn. So customer success is gonna be always in contact with them, making sure that the relationship is good and clients are happy. So the people that work with sales and customer success, they're called hustlers, and they will be SDRs, with sales development representatives, sales representatives, and customer success, which will be the ones that will be looking at customer satisfaction and trying to make customers do not churn. Marketing people and sales people and customer support people, they have shared goals because they're really worried about generating value for the company money-wise. So they are worried about making sales, they are worried about customer retention, and so on. And they have shared goals in revenue. But these areas generate a lot of data. So salespeople generate data knowing like what are the marketing demand, what customers are looking, which feature are most popular or not. While each customer success team, they know why clients are churning, they know what the competitors are doing, because probably when someone churns, they're going to give a call and make an interview and say, they're going to be like, oh, look, the client offered me something better and something like that. So as this area generates like a lot of data, we have an area inside of startups which deals with data. So the business intelligence or the data science guys. This guy is gonna be the brain of the company. So they're gonna understand all the trends, they're gonna understand the customers as no one, they're gonna be analyzing all the data all the time to take really insightful information for the rest of the departments. This guy is gonna be fitting the sales team and the marketing team with trends, arguments, telling the customers what they should tell to the customers, and at the same time as sometimes you have churns about complaints and like features that are not there and the competitors have it. They also gonna come to the product team and they're gonna tell to UI and UX teams, which is user experience and user interface, to say, look, we have a lot of clients that are actually churning, or they are leaving us for their competitors because of these features. Or actually, we just realized that a lot of our customers don't know how to use this feature because it's not really well explained. And before developing any feature, this guy is gonna go and understand the clients, and understand new technologies, understand how these clients use the products and service, and they're gonna actually make a service map, and they're gonna think about the whole journey, the whole customer journey, even before developing anything. So they're gonna be with the customers, they're gonna watch the customers using the products and service, they're gonna understand where they see value, where they don't see value, where they get lost, where they don't get lost, and why do they get lost. and they're gonna be thinking about the whole experience since moment zero when they get to your service until they actually complete the task that they wanna do it. How can we improve that thing? Having this information, they're gonna move to the dev team, which are the hackers, and the dev team actually gonna be working in sprints to develop the features that user experience people and data people told them that are actually insightful. So they're gonna be working in sprints, always validating with customers if it's something like that they want, or if something that they don't want it, measuring the success, and they're gonna be working in sprint 1, 2, and 3 until they deliver the final product. And if like these people can be front-end people that will be developing interface, back-end people that are the ones that will be developing the code behind the interface, full stack, which are the ones that can work with front-end and back-end, and mobile developers, which will be developing mobile applications. And then when you have the products developed and the new feature developed, you start the whole cycle again. This is released to the market, clients start using, marketing people put strategies to reach more clients, clients gonna actually become customers. You have the sales and the customer success team that will be working with the clients, that will generate a lot of data, and then so on and so on. So you have a whole cycle. And to do that, we require a lot of technology, And there is not enough people in the market. So software engineer, which is one of the tech professions, this is a report from LinkedIn. So software engineer is actually the most in-demand job in Portugal, which means it is the profession which has the most positions for the less people specialized on it. In Europe, there will be almost 1 million of positions that won't be filled by 2020 because there is not enough specialized people. In Portugal, we are very lucky that we have a lot of major tech companies coming to the country as government is putting out a lot of incentives like visas, or actually really incentives to help companies to move here. So Google just set up a massive office. I guess that they will hire 500 employees. It's a supplier office, as well as Volkswagen just opened a development center really recently in the country. But these companies cannot actually hire. They don't find specialized people for the positions. So that's one of the reasons that if you want to work in tech, the wages are really, really high. So this is a report from Landing Jobs saying that if you have 0 to 3 years of experience as a full stack developer, your wage is going to start with 24,000 to 30,000 euros a year, which is way above national average. And what are the skills to get those jobs? So if you want to become a hacker, which is a developer, we're probably going to need to know database, which is SQL, front end, like HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, which is a front end language, software architecture, JavaScript, which is a language that the browser understands it. Software architecture should be able to build your software. A back-end language like Ruby, Python, PHP. Git and GitHub, which is a platform where developers actually collaborate in projects, and mobile applications. If you want to work with data science and business intelligence, you probably need to know Python, machine learning, databases, key performance indicators, R, depending on what kind of application you're building, analytics, and how to use dashboards. If you want to work with UI and UX, the hipsters, you definitely need to know CSS, product design, how to think about really good user experience, designing wireframes, which are mockups, thinking about UI and UX, understanding HTML, and web design. And finally, if you want to work with digital marketing, the hypers, you need to understand key performance indicators, CRM systems, SEO, social media, and so on. And how can you learn all of this? This thing that's on screen, this educational system was built actually over the 18th century. This is really outdated. As technology evolves really, really fast, it's really hard to actually have a certificate, diploma, a graduation, or a master's degree that's up to date to the market. So that's why Google, Apple, and a lot of tech companies actually they abolished the need of requiring a certificate. You don't need the diploma anymore to work in a tech company. This is because as technology changes, so the whole environment changes. So like let's say if Uber is setting up an office in an operation in a new town, on day 0, they're gonna have like 0 clients, but after 1 week, they will have 200,000 clients, and after 1 week, they will have 1 million clients. And it's really hard to adapt your operations that grew really fast in 1 week, 800,000 people, there is no books that teach you how to do it. So you actually need to learn yourself how to learn and how to deal with this uncertainty and these environments that are all the times changing. So MBA doesn't guarantee you anymore, doesn't guarantee you a job anymore. But if you look on LinkedIn's report, which are the skills that they need the most for companies in 2020, so they looked all their positions, and they understood that these are the top in-demand skills. So they divide into soft skills and hard skills. So for the soft skills, they understood that it's not just a hard skill that you need, but actually companies are looking for people that have like some soft skills. And creativity and persuasion are two of the most valued skills for companies. Creativity most because as you have situations that you never thought that you'll be facing, and it's not written in a book how to face it. You need to be able to learn how to learn, and you need to be able actually to face the situations and think in a way out. So if you're not a creative person, you won't be able to survive. So, and some of the hard skills that actually are in demand are like technological skills, like blockchain, cloud computing. These skills are really, really in demand because there is not much people specialized on it. So just to overview this workshop, as I spoke really, really fast, technology has enabled the creation of new business models. As we have 3G, faster internet, voice assistants that do what you say, you can create new business models on it. And startups have been disrupting big industries using these business models. So from day to night, they are very scalable. They have growth in a pace that traditional business could not keep up with it. So startups also use these technologies to have really, really small teams and to be very efficient. So it's not like big corporations that have thousands of employees. Startups are really, really smart on the way that develop their business, and they work in the lean environment in order to provide really good value. There are four main areas that startups actually look for people, which are hackers, hipsters, hustlers, and hipsters. And there is a massive shortage of this expertise, which leads to really, really good wages. And finally, if you want to specialize yourself in any of those skills, like MBA doesn't guarantee you a good job anymore, but companies are looking for people that work in project-based learning. So if you can show people, you can show corporations where you can develop, and what kind of good professional you have, and what projects have you worked, you're really, really likely to get hired. So that was it. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. I'm more than happy to share this presentation with you. Thanks very much. Bye.